What's up, everybody? My name is Parker Ament.
My name's Danny Ferrari.
And we are Excellent Sound. Today, we are going over how to make killer drum and bass drums. It's drum and bass season.
That's right.
So we're going to show you guys the perfect techniques to making really, really dope drum and bass drums. Before we get into it, you guys know it's drum and bass season. And what that means is we're coming out with a killer production suite. XENO, baby. Check it out right here, dude. Some After Effects. Here's the pack, dude.
Oh, wow.
It's a great production suite.
Did a rainbow just come off top of it?
Dude, it's just immaculate rainbow.
Was it sparkling?
A curvature rainbow. Curvature rainbow.
Is it raining?
Oh, it's raining.
Oh, he's gonna hate
snares.
us.
It's raining kicks, dude.
This video has to be out in like a couple days. He's gonna hate us.
Guys, this is the biggest production suite we have ever done.
Yep.
We're gonna show you some real in-depth stuff about the pack that makes this different from all of the other packs that we've ever done. So stay tuned to the end. It's gonna be a really dope video.
Yeah, man, I'm super stoked. Should we give him a drum loop? Let's give him the drum loop.
We'll give you guys a drum loop. But if you guys want some real free shit, go sign up in the link down below and you get a free DnB starter kit, which comes with loops.
Yep.
How many serum presets does it come with, Danny?
25 serum presets for free.
Tell them one more time, dude.
25 serum presets for free.
Bro, that is insanity.
Yeah.
We've never done it before.
Nope.
This is a season of firsts.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
It puts you on that early access list for XENO. It's gonna have tons of bonus project files. We've already gone over a couple, and of course, a ton of serum presets, tons of other great bonuses. We got way more to unveil as the weeks come along because we still have a little bit of ways.
We got surprises.
And just for signing up, you get a free drum and bass pack. I mean, that's sick.
It's pretty killer.
Just to hold you over.
So let's jump into the video, guys. We got the XENO pack right over here. We're gonna start with the basic stuff. We're gonna show you some really, really cool elements that make up drum and bass. I'm gonna go a little bit further into some jump up drums and kind of what makes jump up jump up. So let's just get started. I usually like starting with the snares, claps, stuff like that, but this time we're gonna start with the kick, okay? I'm gonna grab a super fat kick.
Ooh, those are nice and punchy.
Ooh, I like this. So I'm looking for a kick that has a lot of low end, which is a little different from other genres because in jump up and a lot of drum and bass songs, there's a lot of emptiness and you have to fill the space with something. So kicks are really important. Snares are really important. So we want a lot of low end. So let's pick this guy right over here.
What's our BPM too, for people that don't know?
DnB is 170 to 175. Right now we're at 174. I'm gonna go to 175 because
you're crazy.
I'm feeling it, dude.
Okay.
So now we got a nice kick. Instead of getting a snare, I want to get a nice clap just to kind of get in the vibe. Oh, that was a beautiful clap. These claps are all really sick. I'm just going to pick the first one. The reason I'm picking this one is because it's a little bit thin. It has a nice spread and it's going to be a really nice layer for us. So we're going to put that on the 2s and 4s. Okay, guys? Just like so. Now, what you don't want to do, this is a big tip right here, okay? This is a tip for you too, Danny.
Thank you.
So when you're making your drum beats, if it sounds like you're jumping on a drum set for the very first time and you're playing the first groove that comes to your head, you don't want to do that, okay? This is the same drum beat that everybody plays when they jump on the drum kit.
Hey, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind, hey, Mickey.
See, if you get Danny singing like that,
you're in trouble.
You're in trouble, okay? All right,
do I look greasy right now or no?
Yeah, we're both greasy, dude. This is just what it's going to be, dude.
I know.
This is a greasy video, you guys.
It's hot.
It's
the AC is not working.
The AC is broken. You guys comment down below who's sweatier, Dannier or Parker.
Who's greasier?
Yeah. We are making 2-step drums for drum and bass, okay? So you need to put the kick on the 1, the claps go on 2, and 4. Yeah, that's like what the white people clap with at the, when you're at church. It's just 2 and 4, yeah. So now we're gonna start with the basic stuff and then we're gonna start getting a little bit more complex. So here is the most basic kick pattern. All right?
Yeah.
Very, very simple, okay? A lot of jump up. Look, you're already done.
Jump up.
So super, super simple. The reason I'm keeping this empty for you guys is so you guys can hear all of the other elements that go into a drum and bass beat. So next up is going to be a snare. I'm just going to go into our snare folder and find a really compatible snare that goes with this clap.
To layer on top?
To layer on top, yeah. So I want something like tight like that. So let's put that on. And I'm not too worried about phasing or anything. So that sounds really good. You could also shorten the snare up a little bit so you get more of the tail of the clap. but it honestly sounds great together. I like having the tail. Again, emptiness, space is your friend. So now, everybody always wants to know like how to do the ghost notes. How do you get the breaks to fit in with your drums? You know, a lot of really big drum and bass artists are super, super good with doing that. Some of my favorites is actually Pendulum. I'm a huge fan of Pendulum's drums, probably because they have a real drummer and he has a lot of influence on that. They swing their drums, they do a lot of cool stuff. And so I'm gonna show you a really cool technique to kind of get that live breakbeaty feel to go on top of a regular drum and bass groove like that. The fast way of doing this is get some sort of break. I'm just going to go into our folder. I'm going to go to drum loops, and then I'm going to go to the break loops. I'm going to find a break that has like a really nice fill taste. Like that could be cool. There's some potential. It's cool sounding, but like there's no space. You just got rid of all of your space. There's something going on every part of the grid. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna find the part of the loop that fits with your groove. This is a really, really cool loop, but it's not what we want, okay? We just want the part that's a fill.
Right.
Like this part, boom, right here, okay? So now, let's move this, and we don't want the kick. We're gonna put this like right here. Let's hear it all together.
Ooh, so I like that.
The problem with this, I really like this too, but there's a little kick in here. So we could actually EQ it out if you want, or we could just cut it out, because that's going to really cloudy up the mix. But we do like what's going on, so we don't want to have silence. We want to copy something like this.
Cool.
Woo. That's super nasty. We don't even need the rest of this stuff over here. Now we could repeat this, just keep it basic. We may not even need this. We could even try something like so. Pick this out, you know what I'm saying? So it all depends on what you want to do. I kind of like this, so I'm just going to kind of roll with this. Now that you have your loop chopped up, the next part is you want to cut the lows, obviously, but here is the trick that everybody forgets about, and I feel like Pendulum was the biggest in this. What you're going to want to do is pitch up your drums, okay? Oh. We already got it warped over here, so we're just going to go up 3.
Oh, that's nice. For the people at home, is there just old funk records, drums, samples sped up?
Exactly.
And so it creates this sort of fast drum break.
Hip hop artists back in the day, they would sample old vinyl and they would find the drum break, which is just the part in the song where it's just the drum beats, and they would rip it and they would loop it over and over again, and then they would rap to it. And then drum and bass just took that, sped it up, chopped it up, pitched it. If you have that mindset too, you could be chopping up your own drums.
Yeah.
You know? Now listen to this beat when it's pitched up. You can also mess with some of the warp modes over here. You can do texture. Kind of mess it up a little bit, or flux. You know, you could try beats, but it sounds kind of messy. And then the forward thing, this is a really fun trick to kind of gate your drums. For breaks, you don't really want to do it because check it out. It takes all of the life out of a break. So
there's too many transients, that's why.
Exactly. And even if you were to do it on 16s, it kind of changes it into like hi-hats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't really want to do any of that. You want to kind of stick to Complex Pro or tones and textures. So now that we have that, the next part that we want to do is we want to add some shakers. I'm a huge fan of shakers on top of drum and bass loops. I kind of don't get the vibe when it's like hi-hats. Do you get the vibe when it's hi-hats?
It depends. If it's more modern, if they got to be really crisp, like our hi-hats. The older I get, the more I appreciate shaker loops. And shaker loop. We have shaker one-shots, but shaker loops are really where it's at, I think.
For sure. Like even this one right here. This is like a low-key shaker.
Yeah, it's nice. Space.
Exactly, space. So this one's really cool. That's like a very nice minimal shaker. Yeah,
Space.
so now that we got our minimal shaker, we're gonna want something to kind of go a little bit even more simple to kind of hold the groove down. You could do it with the simple shaker or you could do it without it. This is kind of like a yes or a no kind of deal. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to find like a, here we go. I kind of like this one.
Nice.
So now we have a really nice basic drum and bass beat. Let's grab a build loop, okay? All right, I like this. Let's use this. So I kind of want to show you guys a little bit of the structure for kind of like main stage drum and bass. The first thing that you could do is you can grab a fill. You could put this as the pre-drop vocal, okay? So let's listen to that.
Yeah.
So that's sick. And then you could put some like a pre-drop vocal on top of this and it really gets into the vibe of going into the drop. Now, something newer that a lot of the mainstream DJs are doing right now, like Chasing Status, Bo, Bass Tripper, they're cutting this beat right here and they're moving the fill a little bit early and then they're going into the pre-drop vocal.
Spitfire. Yeah.
And this is super cool right now. Every time I hear it, if I go to a drum and bass show, shout out Respect. If you guys ever went to Respect in Hollywood, like that was like the sickest drum and bass nights on Thursday.
Oh, really?
And they would always do kind of like fake out drops. And dude, so sick. And this is how you do it. You're not doing any crazy switch ups. You're just kind of cutting in a little bit earlier. This is a really cool way to get into your drops and kind of keep the rhythm. So that's really sick. Now, another really big fact too is in jump up, there's not a lot of stuff going on the first frame. Okay, the first phrase. It's usually pretty simple, and then they bring in the hi-hats on the second phrase over here.
Kind of like trap.
Yeah, kind of like trap, you're right. Or, you know, like minimal house drops.
Yeah.
So jump up, they bring in the shakers and the hi-hats on the second phrase, but they still have a lot of vibe on the first phrase. So I'm just gonna bring up a Serum preset just real quick. I just wanna kind of show you guys where the bass comes in for jump up, more popular kind of drum and bass stuff. I'm just gonna pick the first foghorn that comes to mind, okay? So you don't wanna just come in on the one.
Woo! That's nasty.
You know,
it
that's
sounds
pretty
cool.
It's pretty cool.
Ooh.
But if you just shift it over just a little bit, put it over here, and then you do it again, we're creating space. This is the main stage drum and bass.
Yeah.
And that is always, they're trying to surprise you. Sometimes when you're at a show, they could be all the way over here, dude.
That hang time.
Yeah, the hang time. You're like, you know what I'm saying? All the way the fuck over there. And they've done it before.
Yeah, it kind of creates a lot of impact too by not putting it right on the one always. I mean, it sounds cool on the one, that's for sure, but like giving it that little bit of space,
yeah,
you know, it's like this release.
Yep. It's insane. So really cool technique for your basses on top of your drums. Let's jump back into the drums. So something brand new that we are doing with XENO is our full loops are insane. I want to show you guys our drum loops folder, okay? We have tons of different stuff. And you might see something new from like our old packs, like kick loops, kick snare loops, perk loops. And it's like, oh, what's that? You know, we have perk loops in all of our other packs, but like kick snare loops.
Yeah, we've never done that before.
We've never done that before. And I want to show you guys the new technique that we've been using and that a ton of other top level producers are doing right now, okay? We all know that loops are super important. Everybody wants to create something unique, and you know, there's sometimes a stigma behind using loops. Oh, I don't want to use loops, it's unoriginal. But all of that is BS, okay? In this production suite, we actually have stems to all of our full loops, okay? Let's go in here and let's find a cool full loop. That was sick. Oh, I love the snare. So I love the snare in this one. Let's bring this bad boy in, okay? But it's a little empty for me. What's the name of this?
Polaris.
Polaris, okay? So all you gotta do is type in Polaris, boom. And now you have the stems to the full loop. It's all right here, okay? Let's find the snare loop to Polaris, okay? There's my snare that I love, okay? Now let's go back and we're gonna go to our full loops and let's find another one.
Those little tiny snares.
So Nova, I love Nova. I love the symbols of Nova. So I'm just typing in Nova, boom. Now let's go to cymbals. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Nice and separate for you guys.
So this is what it was. And now.
Yeah. Workflow, man. This is such a huge workflow
Look
hack.
how fast this is, man. And then now we can go back. Let's go to our kick loops. Get rid of Nova. Go to our kick loops. I like this one, Zenith. So that's a much more round kick.
Yep.
And I don't have to pick a kick one shot and then look over here and copy like where it was on this other one and copy it over. This is a lifesaver. I'm always tired of doing that in other people's packs or getting into something that you just love and you can't extract the stem. It is insane. So we decided to provide stems for every single full loop and we gave them all really cool names. So it's very easy to look around for what you're looking for.
Yeah, that was a big part of it, is like designing it so that it's easy. Not like a construction kit, which is like super annoying.
So annoying.
The stems are too long, or you have to open up a million folders. It's just, we broke it down, we gave it a name. You can sort of take these loops and create your own, like Parker's doing right here. And actually, what Parker was saying is, funny enough, I didn't mention this to you, but actually a lot of producers are starting to produce this way too, where they're actually making their own loops. And essentially they're saving them and then they're combining them. Because full loops are good to use, just like sometimes really quick or in backgrounds. But producing this way makes so much more sense than having to just like put in all your specific kick patterns. We know the snare is going to go on the 2 and the 4, like you said, right? For the most part. And we can go back and dial it in. We can put in a different snare later, but at least we have like the meat and potatoes of how the drums are going to sound. So I think this is a great, this is Parker's idea. We've never done this before and he was like really pushing for this. And so we did it and I'm just really realizing how powerful this technique is.
Yeah, and a ton of high level producers that we work with.
Yeah.
This is their workflow, okay?
Absolutely.
They are not concerned about using loops, especially for stuff that they're able to replicate. You know, it's literally about saving time and not losing your ideas for writing.
And you're still original too, because you're mixing it up.
It's still original. You know, I might use the kick from Quasar, but then the snare from Titan.
Right.
So you don't have 27 full loops. You actually have like 75 full loops, all at your fingertips. Really, really cool. This is like the new way of producing for us, especially guys like Fred again, Skrillex, you know, Fortet, all of those like very high level producers, they're spitting out song ideas first with full loops, with full melodic loops sometimes. And then once they get their written idea out, then they go back. They're like, oh, okay, this kick sucks. I'm going to put my own kick in. Then they do all of the detail stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment down below if this is how you guys produce. Are you guys already producing with loops or are you having to reprogram your drums every time? How important are stems to you in your workflow? Because now me and Danny are doing this all the time. Our stash of loops and stems are like huge right now.
Yeah.
And making this pack has taken so much longer than what it usually takes to make a pack, but we're doing it for you guys so that you have the workflow of these top tier producers.
Yeah, we're trying to give you guys what we think you would need as producers. As producers, what we would want. So this makes total sense.
Exactly. So again, guys, if you want to grab XENO early, go in the description, sign up for the early access list. You will get 5 bonus project files,
Woo!
a ton of Serum presets, all of these really stemmed out loops, a ton of really great samples. It's gonna be a party. We're super excited to give away all of this free stuff for you.
Bonus Serum presets, there's gonna be 250 Serum presets and tons of other bonuses. All these full loops that we just shown you, all the stuff in the pack, there's so much more to even show you guys. So make sure you guys sign up for that, and you're gonna get a free drum and bass starter kit just for that. If you don't even wanna, make sure, maybe you're not even interested in buying a pack, you just wanna get a free pack, just click the link, you'll get a free DnB starter pack, 25 Serum presets, tons of other samples.
And one last thing, we're gonna be giving away 1 free XENO production suite to a random commenter saying, who is more sweatier, Danny or Parker?
Yeah.
Okay, whoever
comments on the sweatiness gets a free pack. We'll give you a free pack of XENO when it comes out.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you guys again for watching. Like, sub, comment down below. We'll see you guys on the next video.
Peace.